Hello, this is Mr. Win, and this video is dividing rationals. So you probably heard that we don't divide fractions by fractions, but instead we multiply by the reciprocal. So this is still true. So we can turn every division problem into a multiplication problem by simply changing the division sign and flipping the fraction after that sign. So 6 over 5 divided by 9 over 10 turns into 6 over 5 times 10 over 9. Once it's multiplication, you follow the steps from the previous video. We're going to use the new method, so we're going to factor, restrict, cancel. So 6 is 2 times 3, 10 is 2 times 5, 5 stays 5 is prime, 9 is 3 and 3. Cross out the same things on top and bottom, so 3 crosses out 3, 5 crosses out 5. What's left on top is a 2 and 2, which multiplies together to get 4. The last thing on bottom is 3, so that's the answer, 4 over 3. So now that you understand how to do division, let's officially write the steps, as there is another tricky part. So step 0 is fix or rewrite the problem. Change that division sign into a multiplication symbol and flip the fraction after that. So we never divide, always do multiplication. Then the steps from before are the same with one extra twist. So step 1, still factor everything, every numerator, denominator, UGCF, difference of squares, guess and check, X method, box method, grouping, whatever method you learned. Then you find the restrictions, now with an asterisk. So remember, you can never divide by 0. So the bottom of fraction cannot be 0. So you can still set each factor in the denominators equal to 0 and solve for those that aren't allowed. But now we must also find the restrictions for the original denominators that are now numerators. So the original fraction before we flipped it did have a denominator. We had to check for that restriction as well. So the fraction flipped, you got to find the restriction from that denominator and that numerator. And the last, same thing, cancel out. It was on top and bottom, cross out that pair. So for this problem, 3x plus 5 over x squared minus 1 divided by 6x plus 10 divided by 6x minus 6. First, change it to multiplication. So I change the sign, the fraction after the sign. From there, I'm going to factor. The first one has no GCF. It's linear, so it stays the same. The second top has a GCF of 6, but 6 is not prime, so I break down 6 into 2 times 3, and then x plus 1 is left over inside. Bottom left, that is a difference of squares, x, 1, 1, plus minus. Then the 6x plus 10 has a GCF of 2. What's left over is 3x plus 5. Once you factor, you find the restrictions from the bottom. So this x plus 1 can't be 0. So there's that. I solve it. This x minus 1 cannot be 0. So there's that problem. I solve it. 2 is just a single number. Leave it alone. Ignore that. 3x plus 5. There's that problem. I solve it. But also I can check the thing on top. So this originally was 6x minus 6. That turned to this 2, 3, x plus 1. So I have to check this right here as well. You skip this 2, you skip this 3. X plus 1, luckily we had it right here. If it's a repeat, you don't have to do it again. But if it's brand new, you must find that extra restriction. So a lot of kids will forget restrictions that flip to the top. Last step, cancel out. So 3x plus 5 crosses out 3x plus 5. 2 crosses out 2. X plus 1 crosses x plus 1. All that's left over on top is a 3. On bottom is the x minus 1. There's no other multiplication, so you don't need the parentheses. Then don't forget to write the restrictions next to it. So right there in green is my answer. Let's do one more. Here's the problem. 12x divided by 3x squared minus 7x minus 6 divided by 8x squared divided by x squared plus 3x minus 18. So first, fix that problem. The first fraction stays the same. Change the division sign to multiplication symbol. Flip that second fraction. From there, we're going to factor and make one big fraction. So 12x, 12 is 2 times 6, but 6 is 2 times 3. So I wrote 2, 2, 3. That's our 12 and x. That top right, that's a trinomial with no GCF. I'm doing guess and check. XX, 6, 3, plus minus, and I check the signs. Down here, this is a trinomial, no GCF, so I do guess and check. 3xx, 2, 3, plus minus, I check the signs are good. Then 8x squared, 8 is 2 times 4, but 4 is 2 times 2, so it's 2, 2, 2, xx. From there, I find the restrictions. This first one here cannot be 0, so you'll see me doing 3x plus 2 cannot equal 0. Solve it, I get x cannot equal negative 2 or 3, because I subtract 2 first, then divide by 3. I'm doing the bottom first. Then I use x minus 3. There's that problem. Add 3 both sides. X can't be positive 3. Skip the 2, skip the 2, skip the 2. X counts as a letter. X cannot equal 0. so x can't be 0. That's a repeat, so I skip that. Then I go to the original fraction that flipped. So it used to have this x squared plus 3x minus h on bottom. It's on top now. And that changed into this x plus 6, x minus 3. So x plus 6 is new. I have to find that restriction as well. So x plus 6 cannot equal 0. Let's subtract 6 both sides. X cannot be negative 6. X minus 3, we already did that right here. That's the same as this restriction. So this one has 4 restrictions, not 3. All right, after restrictions, cross out, cancel out the fun part. So this 2 crosses out that 2 crosses out that 2. X takes out the x minus 3 takes x minus 3. On top we have a single 3 and an x plus 6, so it'll be 3 times x plus 6. On bottom we have this 3x plus 2 and a single x and a 2. Remember the single things multiply together, 2 times x is 2x, and it should go first, and then 3x plus 2. Now you do not need to multiply the bottom out or distribute or FOIL or anything. Sometimes on the test, multiple choice test, they will make you multiply it out, but it'll be obvious. But you could stop there. So we're just leave our answer in factored form, and then don't forget the restrictions. So this one I had all 4 of these restrictions. If you can, put in least to greatest order. So the smallest number first, biggest number last. But technically the order doesn't matter. And that right there is the answer. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you ask your questions to your teacher. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Stay safe. Bye.